He's ultra, so ultra. He's American, very American, and he plays tabletop role-playing games. TTRPG. He's the ultra American TTRPG. Yeah, so fucking ultra American. Yeah, he's American. Yeah, he's American. It's solo time. You drop the dime. So come on in. Let the show begin. We've got you covered. It's game day, brother. And sisters too. Have we got an ultra show for you? He's ultra, so ultra. He's American, very American, and he plays tabletop role-playing games. TTRPG. He's the ultra American TTRPG. Yeah, so fucking ultra American. Yeah, he's American. Let's solo because YOLO, and you don't wanna be some bro ho, you know. Yeah, you fucking know. So let's go. On with the show. He's ultra, so ultra. He's American, very American, and he plays tabletop role-playing games. TTRPG. He's the ultra American TTRPG. Yeah, so fucking ultra American. Yeah, he's American.
Good evening, everyone, and happy Friday and happy May 1st. It's the first of the month, and it's gonna be May. I am, as always, the Ultra Mega Teacher RPGer, aka the Jim Jones of Classic Gaming, aka everyone's favorite American Tiefling. And it has been so long since I've done a session on my Bourdeaux Bastards solo game I have been doing on and off for almost, I think it's been maybe even longer than a year. I don't know. It's like there's been so much going on in my life between just work and then doing other stuff off the ground, and then my back pains I was dealing with back in March now, which, man, that feels like a lifetime ago for me at this point. So I am just very glad that today it just hit me to finally just kind of rip that bandit off and let's get back into Bourdeaux Bastards, which is again a solo RPG campaign I've been running using the Syndicate RPG by Tiny D10 and Mr. Big. And so it's a very rules light system. It uses the Tiny D10 rule set by Aaron, the creator of Tiny D10, which I did an interview with about some time ago. So you can go back to some of my previous live streams and look at that interview. And and this is based around it's based around the Mafia 3 game, but takes place sometime after the events of that, with Lincoln Clay killing off the Bacarnos and taking over New Bordeaux as like the new godfather of the area. And so this follows my 4 characters. So I have to remind everyone, I have Aaron Mosley of the Black Mob, Caden O'Griffey of the Irish Mob. I also have Luisa Rubino and Romana Rubino. They are twin siblings of the Italian Mafia that are in this city. Oh, but last time where we last left off, if for those of you who haven't been keeping up with me, uh, the whole party got done fish dealing with a new with the attack by the Russian mob. Well, they were on a job. They fended off those Russian mobsters, got sent them away. Aaron Mosley and Kane O'Griffey got hurt. Aaron Mosley healed up, but Kane O'Griffey is still kind of recovering at the moment from his injuries because they both got shot because he got shot pretty good at. And so during that meantime, everyone was kind of going out and about on their own business, doing their own thing. So we ended up finding out that the Russian mobsters were the ones that actually brought this new drug that had been going around the city that we established in session one. The Russian mobsters, sorry, excuse me, had a little something stuck in my teeth there. The Russian mobsters brought in this new drug to the city called foul memory was what we called it. But however, we figured out the Haitians actually stole a stockpile of the drugs from the Russian mobsters and have been using it for their own means. Hi there, Ruby. It's good to see you. I unfortunately there's not a way for me to translate this on my end, so I have no clue what that means. But thank you again for joining us. Thank you for joining us. And then so we realized so while Aaron, not Aaron, while I'm already forgetting my characters' names already. The brother. While Romano was beginning to start asking around, asking questions, trying to figure out what was going on, some guys from his own mafia group actually pulled him aside. And this is actually a subsect that's actually trying to bring back the old order of like how Meccano kind of ran things. Basically, they want to push Lincoln Clay out and take back over New Bordeaux. And Romano's kind of like, shit, that's not good. Luisi, no, not Luis. Then we got to Aaron Mosley. Was it Aaron Mosley first or Louisa first? No, it's Louisa first. Then Louisa, she kind of got pulled into it when their father, which I have named Gustavo Rubino, kind of the godfather of the Italian mafia, he kind of got onto Louisa about it, and then he pulled her aside for another business where they met an associate of the black mob, Noah Atkins, kind of a Sammy Davis looking kind of dude. And Aaron Mosley ended up joining in on that meeting as well. Kano Griffey is still not in the picture anymore because he's still recovering. Oh, that was the other thing that happened. The subsect of the Italian mafia that was wanting to do kind of the coup want Romano to prove his loyalty by killing Caden Griffey. So Romano's like, crap, I gotta figure this out. So there's about 4 different things we can kind of go through right now. So one, there is trying to figure out how Romano is going to get away with not killing off Caden and stopping the Italian mafia coup in the process. There's the Russian mobsters that are bringing this new drug into New Bordeaux. There's also still dealing with the Haitian gangs that have been that took the drug and were spreading it around the Hollow, which is the Black Mob territory in the New Bordeaux. And then there's this new alliance that the Italian mafia and the Black Mob are trying to start up. So I think for when I was thinking about this earlier today before we got on here, I think the best plan of action first is to deal with figure out how to get Romano to not have to worry about axing off Caden, no Griffey, and try to put down this subsect of the Italian mafia that wants to kind of stage a coup in the city. So we'll say it is the next day. And again, these 4, even though they're all from different territories, they're all still friends in good standing. So Aaron, Luisa, and Romano all meet back up over at the in the Irish mob territory, which again I can't remember all the territories that they were named in the Mafia 3 game, so you have to forgive me for that. They go because Kane is still holed up and still healing. Well, let me double check. Did I actually have him that he's healed up by now? Okay, so he's at full health, but I'll say he's still kind of bedridden for the time being. And so, in case you guys didn't realize, I got my phone right here, then I got my computer right here, pulled stuff up, and then I got my dice here. Oh, and I also got these D10s. I actually bought these a while back. I just never really used them for anything. They were going to be used for a Wraith the Oblivion game, and then that all fell apart. So, yeah. Oh, and as always, I will be using the Ultimate Solo RPG Toolkit by Silver Nightingale. And the links for both of these books should be in the description of this video because you can get this on you can get both on Drive RPG, and you can also get this on itch.io as well. So, and there also is a direct. I believe I shared the website. Well, no, I shared the Drive RPG link because it has a POD, but you can also pay Mr. Bake himself for the PDF through his website, but you have to look him up for that. I shared the Drive RPG link because it's like if you want the POD, then that's how you get it. All right. So all four of my characters meet up at Caden O'Griffey's, like where he's being held up at the moment. And how do I want to work this? Romano just kind of spills the beans and lets everyone know what's happening. And of course, Caden goes white as a sheet, and he's like, "Well, that's no good." And Luis is just like, "We cannot deal with. Can we not have one day go by without nothing going wrong?" And Aaron's like, "We got to put them down, and we got to put them down for good. We can't allow anything to happen. We don't need an uprising." And Romano's like, "I agree. The problem is, how are we going to do that? If I don't, Caden, then they're going to know that I'm not on their side, and then it's just going to be open season on everyone." So let me actually do an oracle roll here really quick. So I got my d6 here, and I'll say this one will be 50-50. Do these Italian mafia kind of traders, did they put someone on Romano? Say 50-50. 2. So that's a straight no on the oracle. So no one's been following Romano at the moment. And so how are they going to go about solving this? Well, I think the good way to do it, let us roll an action and theme off the oracle table in here, and let's see if it gives us any ideas on how they can go about figuring this out. So the action on an 8 and a 4, we have capture, and then 10 and 3, capture alliance. Okay, so these guys are going to be trying to just hold on. Sorry, I got a fly attacking me again. Gotcha. Sorry about that. All right, so that was a yeah, capture alliance was the actual theme I wrote, which gives me the idea that yeah, they got a capture, and I actually have his name written down. Marino Longo was the kind of the leader of this band of Italian traders that is wanting to enact this plan. So they're going to see about. So Aaron Mosley's like, well, if we just take him out for a ride, and Luisa is like, you mean kidnapping? And Rayo was just like, that's what I said. I know what I said. And Romano's like, well, we could, but the problem is we don't know where he is or what he's doing, where he's located. I mean, he's not going to be like out and about parading that he's trying to do this. Excuse me. But he's wanting to do this coup. So let us see. Would any of them know about what Marino Longo is doing? Would Luisa or Romano know anything about that? Let's say 50-50. 3, so that's a no, but okay, so that means it's a no, but there's kind of something weird about this. So let us roll a change of the scene, see if that gives us anything. NPC acts suddenly, and the event seed tied to that is an opportunity. And then let roll action and theme again to see what this opportunity may be. Need my D12 here, because it's a D12 and a D6 for these tables. So 6 and 9. Adapt. Adapt prosperity. Okay. So this will be easy to do because if you in the Mafia 3 game, there are plenty of buildings around in New Bourdeaux that are like the drug operations of the city, and each kind of territory has their own. So we will say that in the Italian Mafia, they have their own drug operations that are happening. So it's like all your coke, dope, crack, smack, coke, dope, crack, smack. You know how the song goes. It's like that. And so Louisa suddenly kind of will pipe up and she will be like, I know this father mentioned the other day about they're supposed to be going over the what's the word I'm looking for? They're supposed to be going over the product, the recent drug product over in at our warehouse. More than likely, Marina will be there. And Romano's like, do you think they'll allow? Do you think they'll allow Aaron to come with us? And Luisa will be like, uh, ooh, this may be a thing to probably tying a couple threads together. This can be a we're kind of still going along with the probably new relationship that the Italian mafia wants to have with the Black Mob. So let me roll a. I'll say it's likely. So I'll take two d6s and I'll take the higher. So Oracle question: is the Black Mob going to be part of this kind of product inspection that's happening possibly today? A six is yes, and so this is going to be a very good outcome for me. So yes, and okay, so I'm not going to do anything rolls because I've rolled so much for it already, and I don't want to kind of dilute it anymore. So we'll say yes, and this is going to be how they will seal kind of like the partnership of the Italian mafia and the Black Mob. Is that this is what this kind of product inspection is supposed to be about? Is like, is this is it's like, are these drugs good, and can we make money from selling these together? Basically, again, guys, this is a mafia RPG. There's going to be drugs, there's guns, and all this sort of, and smuggling, all this. This is what you get. And Luisa will say like, yeah, there's supposed to be there's supposed to be. Oh yeah, and Luisa will have informed Romano about the new alliance that the Italian mafia is working on with the Black Mob, so that way he knows this. He's not blindsided by it. And she's like, yeah, the I think Noah Atkins is supposed to be there as well. So, and Romano just kind of gets this kind of look like, oof, if Marina wants to try to pull anything, he wouldn't. It would be like when they're. It would be probably trying to get at the Black Mob and having them making it look like we're double crossing them. And Louisa and Aaron are just like, yeah, that shit's not good. So we will make sure that we all go there. So, all right, so we're knocking out two threads with one stone. That's good. Hold on, I'm going to get a drink of water here really quick. Needed that. Yeah. I wish there was a translate button on this so I know what it says. I wonder if I share it, will it translate for me on the screen? No, it does not. So, can I? No one won't let me copy it. I wish I could copy it. Okay, so few hours. So we'll say some time passes by in the day. We'll say it's about maybe a little before noon, and everyone is at this big warehouse here in the Italian Mafia area in New Bordeaux. So you have the leader of the Italian Mafia, Gustavo Rubino. You have Luisa and Romano are there. Ah, yep, Irish whiskey. You have Luis and Romano there. Then there's also Noah Atkins and not Sammy Davis. Uh, no, Noah Atkins and Aaron Mosley. Noah Atkins and Sammy Davis looking good. Aaron Mosley's like this big, burly, like buff, like black man. And then there's also, but also kind of like you see, yeah, there's also Marino Longo and like a couple of his guys there as well. And I think Noah Atkins will also have brought like a couple of his guys as well. So that way, just kind of, so everyone's kind of like supposed to be on even footing right now. So we'll see how this goes. So now the question is Marino Longo actually going to be using this kind of product inspection as the opportunity to try to start his coup? So we'll say 50-50. Oh, and I just dropped the D6 on the floor. Let's try that again. 3, no buts. Okay, so let's do change of scene and event seeds to see what it is. So danger escalation is changing the scene. The event seed is opportunity. So let us say there's a danger, so danger escalates and there's an opportunity. Okay. So I got everything kind of tying in all at once here, kind of everything coming around full circle. So we'll say as they are going over this product, inspecting the drugs, maybe there's some whiskey kind of hiding in the corner somewhere because Cyrus kind of gave me that idea there. And Noah Atkins does like the I'm just picturing the guy from Mexican guy from Breaking Bad. When he does and he's like tight, 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 tight. That's how I imagine what Noah Atkins does when he tests the drugs from the Italian mafia for some reason. I don't know why. Tight, 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 tight. But so they're inspecting the drugs and doing all that. Now we let us me make a. Hold on, I gotta remember what these words mean again. I believe this will be a reflex if I recall, because what I'm about to happen is the Haitian mob, the Haitian gang, is going to pull up on this warehouse and they're going to start blasting. You put out his gun, start blasting, you say? Yep, reaction. So I'm going to roll. I just take d10s and let me see. Actually, let's see what difficulty this will be. Well, moderate toughness is anywhere from a 6 to a 9. So as long as they get above a 6, they should be okay. So let me get my character sheets open so I can see them on my end really quick. So here, I'm going to move Cadence down here at the end since we're not using him at the moment. We're still saying he's recovering at the moment. All right, so Aaron, he has no reflex, so okay, he got a 7 on that, so he passes. Luisa Rubino has only one in reflex. That's a crit success. So he'll definitely pass. And then Romano also has 1 in reflex. And he also passes. So, but I'm going to say that uh, so Luisa Romano and Aaron, well, because Gustavo and Noah will be kind of finalizing their partnership agreement basically on working together to kind of make more money basically with drug trade. And all my three characters, Aaron, Luisa, Romano, they see this car just slowly pull up outside uh, of the building, and they see as the windows lower and guns start to kind of appear out from the car windows. And Aaron, Aaron, Aaron Mosley's like, "Get down!" And everyone starts at the floor. Romano like rushes to his father and tackles him to the floor. Luis, on the other hand, because she got a crit success, she will pop off a shot. So I need to figure out. I believe you use with guns you use power, if I recall, to attack. Let me double check here. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've played this game. So I'm kind of glad I'm getting back into it. Where's combat? Okay, hold on. Sorry, looking here, looking. I am not seeing what I would add to attack with a gun. Let me double check here. Attributes. No, powers used when making melee attacks. Reflexes is used as a bonus when making range attacks. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking of. And she also does get a firearm attack bonus. So she will be rolling with actually a +2 on this. And let me see what kind of enemies will these guys be. Um, Okay, so let me see. Let me ask the Oracle. Are these guys like more like there's a thing in here called veteran hitmen. So are these guys in the car veteran hitmen? No, no, they're not. So these are just basically they're just kind of they're kind of just like we'll call them say they're syndicate enforcers. They're not super strong, they're not tough, but they're not weak either. So she has to get it says T6 to T7. So if she gets a 6 or a 7 on this, then she will hit. We'll say. So adding 2 to the die. Yeah, with an 8 she totally hits. And these guys have we'll say they have 2 HP. So everything in the game, I think it deals 1 damage on top of whatever else they have on their person, or no, whatever else the weapon has. So for her semi-automatic pistol that she has, she whips it out as she sees the gun goes out, and right through the window, she pulls it. She lets off a couple shots, and let me see how many guys are in this vehicle. Yep, okay, that makes sense. There's 3 guys in the vehicle, and immediately one with blap, she goes blap blap blap, and immediately all 3 go through the window and they strike out, and they strike out at one of the guys. And so as one dies, the other 2 start blasting into the building. As right after she takes the shot, she ducks down. And it's because everyone rolled so well on the reflexes, everyone avoids getting hit by these bullets. So I will now roll a let me see, do they have I know there's a thing for initiative in here. Let me reread it again. Okay, combat begins according to reflex scores, highest first, lowest last. It doesn't say anything about what their reflex scores is. So I will say, so I'll mork bork this. If I get so basically if I get above a 5 on this, players go first. If I get 5 or under though, enemies go first. And that's a 10. So I'll say on a 10, they get everything with advantage. Because I think when you get initiative on a 10, you deserve a bonus. If you get the highest initiative, you get a bonus of some sort. So, all right. So let's start. Does Aaron even have a gun? Okay, he does have a sawed-off shotgun, but he is too far away at the moment to use it. Because I'll say there may be a little farther out than 30 feet in this warehouse. So he is going to kind of stay behind. He'll probably move around to try to see if he can get a better angle. And we will see. Then Luisa, though, she's going to try to pop off some more shots at these guys. So let's see. And yeah, with a few more shots, blap blap blap. Another one, the one of the that's a second guy that she shoots dead. And then I should have rolled that. Well, yeah, it's fine. Then Romano, he also has a +1 firearm attack bonus. He also has a pistol. Let's see if he hits. No. Oh, that's a 6 exactly, if I recall. A 6 exactly. So he just aims and just one pull the trigger, shoots the final guy right between the eyes. All right. So that was a pretty quick combat there. I was not expecting it to go by that fast. So Aaron, Luisa, Romano, they all after the gunfire ceases, they rush out and they look at the body of these 3 Haitian gang members that basically shot into the warehouse. And Aaron just says they're getting bolder. And Romano's like, there is too. It's like, what the hell's going on with this city? Okay, so oh man, so we got one thread kind of done, and that is the partnership between Gustavo and Noah has been kind of sealed. So they are going to be working together to bring kind of more drugs and money into the city. Is what they're basically going to be working on. And hold on, I'm looking at something on my phone here really quick. Okay, never mind, nothing important. And so, but but there is now the Haitian gangs are now kind of ramping up a little bit. The Russian mob is still doing something behind the scenes, though no one knows what yet. And then there's still the problem of when Romano looks back and he locks eyes with Marino Longo for a moment there. There's still the issue of how to deal with the traitors in the Italian, with the coup that's about to go off in the Italian mafia. So we still got to figure that out as well. All right, so let me think here. Hmm. Does anything? Let's see, because let's do some focus on Kane really quick. Because again, Caden's all holed up. He's trying to heal from his wounds. Does anything happen to him while he's gone? While the others are busy with their stuff, rolling, say 50-50. 3 means no, but okay. So let's roll. Change the scene of the event seeds. Then danger escalation. Discovery. Let's see what the action theme is for this. Maybe that'll give me a better idea what this discovery of a danger escalation might be. Okay, so 5 and 8, that's capture. Capture separation. Capture separation. Oh, okay. I know how this is going to be now. So there's a kid NPC I introduced it during like the very first session that the Haitian gang was kind of roughing up at one point about trying to get there to have him sell these drugs, and that was Lee O'Driscoll. So this is kind of like a comer up in the Irish mob. He's not a full fledged member yet. So we'll say as Caden Griffey is sitting there, he looks at the window and he sees Lee O'Driscoll, kind of just hanging out there. So I'm going to roll on a d6. But I need to update a little bit because there are 3 groups that will take Leo Driscoll. 1 will be the Italian mafia guys, 2 will be the Russian mob, 3 will be the Haitian gangs. So I'll roll a d6 divided by 2. So again, 1 is the Italian mafia, 2 is the Russian mob, and 3 is the Haitian gang. Oh, okay, here we go. So Caden O'Griffey is looking out the window and sees Leo Driscoll just kind of walking down the street, minding his own business, when he sees a car just speed up behind Leo Driscoll, and a couple guys in suits jump out of the car, put a bag over Leo Driscoll's head, and shove him into the backseat of this car before they themselves get in and just speed off. And Caden's like, "Hey, get back here, you sons of bitches!" So and I think it's safe to say that it's more than likely the coup mafia members that kidnapped Leo Driscoll. Yeah, excuse me. So when Luisa Romano and Aaron come back sometime later to meet back with Kate Griffin, Kate informs them about what happened, and everyone's just like, uh. Oh, excuse me. So Luisa, so Romano's probably like, why would they kidnap Lee? And I think, hold on a second here again. And Aaron probably says, well, they probably thought he was Caden. It's like, no offense, but with all the orange hair that you guys have, you all kind of look alike. And Caden's like, no offense taken, but we have a problem though. They kidnapped my friend. It's like, and they were all wearing suits. And again, Luisa and Romano are just like, "Ah," because they probably know who exactly it was that kidnapped Leo Driscoll. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be yawning so much. It's been a long week. I need another drink. My throat's getting dry from all this talking. No, excuse me. So now the problem is they got to figure out where they are going to be keeping Leo Driscoll. Because if it's part of the coup, they're not going to keep him in one of the hideouts or like in a known hideout for the Italian mafia. So, would Lisa or Romano know of any other places that these coup guys would have taken Lee to? I will say this is 50-50 on the D6. And I dropped it out of the thing. Oh crap. So no and. So no and what? Hmm. Let's do action and theme here again. See what we get. 3 and 10. So discover. Discover Haven. Hmm. So no, they don't find him. And what? Those the question is what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if it'd be more whiskey, Cyrus. But let's see what the foreshadow threat, what this Discover Haven ties to. So reveal a truth and conflict. Hold on, who texted me? So I'm just making sure not my parents are texting me. Okay, but I can't reply to them right now, so I'll have to do it after this. Okay, so not only do they not know where it is, uh, hmm, I gotta think about this for a moment here. So it's Discover Haven. It's reveal the truth with a It's a reveal the truth scene with a conflict event seed. Oh, I know what this is. I think someone else also on the street saw Leo Driscoll get taken. They told the Irish mob, and now the Irish mob thinks that the Italians are trying to start something with them. So that's what's happening. So the more whiskey kind of does tie into it as everyone begins to hear like murmurs on the street as everyone as when you look if you look at the window, there's like these Irish mobsters kind of start walking down. They got like bats and bottles and chains in their hands, and Kane and Romano's just like, ah crap, I think we got a problem. So on top, so not only did Caden's friend get kidnapped, but it's about to start a gang war. Is what it sounds like. So let me think here. Do I want to act out this gang war? Is the question. Actually, I think at this point, hmm, actually, does a gang war start up because of this? I will say this is 50-50 yet again. One. Okay, so I'll just make that a straight no. So the gang war has not started yet, but tensions are rising because of this. So so all four now because Kane's going to hop out of bed at this point. All four are going to start hitting the streets in New Bordeaux. They're going to try to see if they can find anything about where Leo Driscoll may have been taken to. And I will say that this will be a little bit difficult for them to do, I think. Or would it be moderate? I think well no, we'll say this is difficult. So we'll get if you get 10 if you get 10 total, 10 or 11. And I don't think this will be intellect trying to figure this out. So let's go back to my character sheets here so I can look at them. So Aaron Mosley has an intellect of 1. So let's see if how he does. That's a 4 for a total of 5, so he fails. Louisa has an intellect of 2, and she succeeds. That comes with a total of 12 on there. Ah, hey Vindicta, good to see you. Don't think I've seen you on here before. So just doing a solo mafia game. Let's see. Romano doesn't have any intellect, so let's see if he succeeds. No, no. He does not succeed at all on that on a 1 total. Then Caden has also an intellect of 2. Does he succeed? No, he does not. But thankfully, Louisa is able to find some sort of clue. But let's see what this clue would be. There actually is also now in the Oracle table on this. There is a noun and there's a description and noun table in here, so we can see if there's an item of some sort that they find. All right, so 2 and 11. So silence. Oh, and I dropped my D12. Hang on a second. Do I have another one here somewhere? No, I don't. I don't have any other D12s on me for some reason. There you are. Get back here. Sorry, folks. Oh, where'd you go now? Hold on. Let me grab a different D12 out. I'm not going to try to hunt that one down forever. There you are. Okay, so 6 and 9. So it was silent. Silent person. Okay, so this is easy enough. So all my 4 characters, they're going all over New Bourdeaux. They're trying to find him. They're trying to find Leo Driscoll. They're trying to find any clue as to where this guy might be. But however, when they all finally meet back together at one point, they're all just like, we can't find him. There's a gang war possibly about to happen. What are we going to do? Louisa sees a kid not too far off, just a little boy. And the boy waves at her, and she waves back, and then the kid starts to run off. And Louisa's like, I think we should follow that kid. And Aaron's like, are you crazy? It could be a trap. It's like, and Louisa's just like, you all have any other ideas right now? And of course, all the guys are like, no, we don't. So they all start to follow this kid. And they're kind of cutting down streets, going through some alleys here and there. And I need to find that D12 because it's going to bother me if I find it. Oh, there you are. Okay, got it back now. And so they are able to find, and we'll say this kid actually leads them to. Actually, they go down through some other areas, like almost into maybe some partially wooded areas, and they come to this shack, kind of like a large shack out in the middle of almost nowhere. It seems like, and and there's a car there, and Kane's like, "Hey, that's the car that nabbed Lee earlier today." So let's see. Let me roll. How many guys are going to be here? Make it a D6. All right, so there's 5 guys here. Is Marino Longo among them? Say 50-50. Yeah, 50-50. Yes. So Marino Longo is one of the 5 guys that are in this group. So, oh man. So there's probably like a couple guys who are kind of just outside the shack smoking. So the other 3 are inside. They probably can't hear from it depending how far away they are, but the Marino and two other guys are just going to town on Leo Driscoll, just beating the snot out of him. And so let us come up with a plan here. Do they just I don't know if they should just go in guns blazing though is the problem. All right. I always like to leave stuff like this to Oracle World if I can't make up mine. So do they go in guns blazing? 50-50. No, they straight up do not go in guns blazing. And I don't think the and matters here. So they're going to try to see if they can sneak up on these guys. Now, I believe reflex also is used for sneaking as well, if I'm correct on this. Let me double check. This will probably be the last thing we do for this session because I'm going to be joining another game at 8. So we will see. Let me double check here. Yeah. Okay. So we need reflex for this. So actually, would they try to sneak up or would they try to? Hmm. Yeah, I think blazing sounds fun, Vegeta, but yes, we'll see what happens here. Okay, I think I know what we'll do. I think Luisa and Romano will go inside. They will walk. Luisa and Romano will walk together up to the shack, and upon seeing Romano, the two guys will nod their heads and they will let him inside, and along with Luisa as well. And so the twins walk inside. And again, there's just a boom, boom, boom of as a like Marino's as the two guys are beating up on Lee Driscoll, and Morano's just kind of standing off to the side, just smoking like a cigarette or something. And Marino's like, hey, glad you can make it, Romano. We got your buddy. We got your buddy right here. And this is funny because this will start a funny argument of like as the guy holds up Leo Driscoll's head, and Romano's like, that's not Caden. And Marino's like, what are you talking about? And Romano's like, he's not even old enough to be Caden's age. Dude looks like he the kid looks like he still wets the bed. And Lee's like, hey, he says like between like bloody lips. And again, this starts arguing between Morano and his two goons. Like, I thought I told you to capture Caden, and the other guy's like, we did. It's not my fault. They all look the same. And so they're like back and forth talking to each other. Now, while this is happening, though, I wonder, can Aaron Mosley sneak up? Can Aaron and Caden sneak up on the two guys outside? Because I know Aaron has, yeah, Aaron can do damage with brass knuckles. That only works if they succeed on a sneak check, which I will say we'll still have to beat the kind of like the target number for these guys, which we'll say is still a 6 or 7. So let's roll. All right, so I'll roll 2d10s and we will see how this goes. Neither of them had good reflexes. So if they get caught, it then becomes initiative rolling. So let's see. Oh, okay, that's good. So they're both 8. So we see as Caden and Aaron kind of split off and they kind of go around and they kind of come up to the other side of the shack as this argument is still going on inside. And they will slowly start to approach the guards from the side. The two guards outside, no clue what's going on. Do they have? Okay, they do have like more melee weapons, which is good. So let's put you back over here, Aaron Mosley. Let's see here. Brass Knuckles gets a +1 damage on attack roll of 8 or higher, and again, it's power for melee. So so Aaron Mosley is going to try to see if he can just clock this guy with a punch. And that is a crit success. Oh, hey Dan, this is my Mafia solo RPG that I've been kind of doing on and off for a while now. I finally got out of my burnout phase. I just decided today just rip off the band-aid and get back into it. So we got a little sneaky punching going on with my Mafia, with my characters I'm playing as. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking up. Yeah, they only have 2 HP. So his on an 8 or higher, yeah, it gets an extra +1 damage. So we see as just and we watch as just Aaron Mosley just kind of peeks around the corner, takes his brass knuckle fist, and just boom, just straight up clocks the dude and knocks him out cold. The other guard's like, "Hey, wait a minute!" And he reaches for his gun, only for Caden to come around the baseball bat. So let's see. Caden only has a power of 1, but he also gets a +1 on his baseball bat attack because of that's how weapons work in this game. So let's see if Caden can get a hit. Oh no! So the guy's about to reach for his gun. Caden on a 1 tries to bring it, but we'll say he like trips over a bridge and just whiffs the baseball bats. And I think this guy is going to get a shot off. Wait, that is a 1. Yes, that is a 1. So we'll say this guy is going to get a shot off at. Let me see. Does they have toughness? Wait, is that right for his toughness? Let me double check here. I don't. I thought they had higher toughness than that. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find something here. I just wanted to be absolutely sure I am not reading this wrong. Okay, yeah, they do have a toughness on here. Yep. Oh, yeah, because he's a fixer, so he does only have a toughness of 4. So wait, does the thing not change? No, it probably would change for reflex if he had it. I think I'm not entirely 100% sure, but that's okay. So this guy, we'll see if this guy is able to get a pop off on him. Oh no, that well here it was cocks. I'll re-roll it. Oh no, that's not good at all. So this enforcer only has we'll say he's got like a pistol. Yep, crowbar or revolver. So let me see what the revolver does again in this. Uh oh, +3 damage because everything already deals 1 damage. As he whiffs, this guy whoops around, pulls out his gun, and just blasts Caden again, like in the leg or something, for a total of 4 points of damage. Wow. Okay. And Caden just cries out in pain. And I think at that point is when initiative is going to start up. Okay, so again, I'm just doing this kind of morph borg style. So if I get higher on a 5 on a d10, all my characters will go first. If not, all the enemies go first. Okay, good. And I got a 9. So all the players are going to go first. So I think upon seeing his buddy get shot in the leg, Aaron Mosley is going to try to punch at this. Is going to try to punch at this dude. See if he can clock him out. So let me see here. Yeah, power 2. So I'm adding +2 to this. And yeah, with a total of 10. Uh-oh. Who is trying to? Oh, hold on. Someone's trying to call me while I'm on a stream. I'm sorry about that. Did it not? Okay, there it was. It went off. Okay, sorry about that. And Okay, yeah. So again, it's plus one since I rolled yeah, 8 or higher on that stupid there we go. Yep, so again, these guys only had 2 hit points, so with just one punch of the fist, boosh, Aaron knocks out the other guard with a single punch. Inside, the other 2 guys and Marino, they're like, "What the hell is that?" As they're drawing their weapons ready to go out. But that is when Luisa and Romano act. So they pull out their semi-automatics, and I think they're going to try to take out the 2 guards first. So Luisa with her pistol, uh, what was it? What was it? Was it aspect or reflex to shoot with a ranged weapon in this? I always forget. Yep, reflex is used as bonus when making ranged attacks. Okay, so oh yeah, so immediately Luisa just whips out her semi-automatic and just like probably just is probably just standing right there next to the guard, just holds up to his head and pulls the trigger and just blows his brains out. Just and Marino's like, "What the fuck?" And then Romano will then act, and he also has one reflex, and he also goes up to the other guy as the other guy's just standing there in total shock, and also gets his brains blown out as well. And man, I was not expecting it to be like this tonight. This was not the roles I was expecting to get. I figured because when I was doing my Irish mob versus Russian mob battle a few sessions back, that was a whole clusterfuck. But these guys instead, it's like they've learned their lesson. Now they're just blam, blam, blam. So they just started blasting. So I think at this point, let me see. Does Marino? We'll say yes or no. Does Marino surrender at this moment? Yes. Marino immediately just as he's like standing there, he's probably got his pistol in his hand. He just drops. He just sits on the ground and holds his hands up in the air like, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me!" And I think, and as like Aaron's gonna like kick down the door, he's gonna like he's helping like Kane get inside. As Kane's like, "Ah, my fucking leg! He shot me in my fucking leg again!" And Romano just stands there and he's holding the gun like to Marino Longo, the coup starter. Like it's like you're not gonna get off so easily. And I think from there they're gonna like tie up Marino. They're gonna take him to Gustavo Rubino, the leader and the twins' father, and they're just gonna like lay it all out for him. Like Romano will tell them like what was happening, what Marino was trying to do, that he was trying to basically start a coup to get like a new order back into New Bourdeaux, and yep, brains all over the place, Vindicta. So basically it's gonna get revealed again. Yeah. So basically, like everything, like basically all the traitor stuff that Marino has been doing is going to come to light now. And what Gustavo does to Marino with this knowledge, basically, to sum it up, send him sleeping with the fishes. I guess would be the proper way to say it at this point. But how he does it, I don't think we will ever know. But oh man, I think with that though, this is where we're going to end this solo session of my Bordeaux Bastards game using the Syndicate RPG. Which again you can get this. You can get this on Drive Through RPG, POD of there, or if you want to support the actual artist himself, Mr. Big. I believe you just type in. I'm trying to remember if there's a website link in here that you can look up. Uh, there is not, but I know he's yeah. If you look up Edgeweaver, if you look up like Edgeweaver books, you can also purchase the PDF of this game from their website if you want to support them as well. And so yeah, I'll say because we knocked out multiple threads. There was we kind of tied a lot of stuff together, and we knocked out a couple of threads. So I'll say for this, they earned 20 experience points each. And again, once they get up to 100 is when they level up as a crew together. So they are now at a total of 30 XP each. because I don't know if they will. Because this one they level up by like as a crew and not really as players. So I've been kind of debating on if I want to actually have them level up as crew members, as individuals or not, on top of leveling up as a crew. Because I think as players, they still should level up individually, and then they still get the crew benefits. But that he didn't put that in the system. It is in the Tiny D10 rule set though, which I may go back to. He has the fantasy version, which you can also get a POD of, but then he's also just got the non-generic core rules. Yeah, it's a pretty neat system. It's called the system it uses is called Tiny D10. It's like I don't know if you follow him on Facebook at all, not Facebook, Twitter at all, Twitter X, whatever you want to call it these days. It's like I think it's I'm trying to remember. It's like I think it's either td10.org or tinyd10.org is his at, and he posts on there. He talks about his game and stuff, and it was really cool. I did an interview with him a while back. I mentioned earlier at the start of the show. So if you want to go back and watch that interview I did with him, you can. And he has a whole website out there which you can get the rules like absolutely free on. He doesn't charge a thing for it. It's like yeah, I think it's just all he charges for the book is just like the at cost, I believe as well. So I have this, and then I don't have it like on hand with me, but I also have the Tiny D10 fantasy book as well. And I know he's working on some adventure books to kind of go with it as well. So okay, but yeah, this is the session four. This is now session four of the Bourdeaux Bastards game that I've been doing. So I apologize for my Tiny Dio, as we also call it, Cyrus. That's right. So I'm finally starting to get out of that burnout phase I was kind of stuck in for a while. I'm kind of get back into the swing of things. I would like to try to maybe since I don't always have Fridays like up for everything. I would like to try to get a group together to maybe do like some bi-weekly like a group game instead of just me doing all this solo stuff because I do have ideas for actual games I want to run for people instead of just me playing by myself all the time. So we'll just kind of see how that goes too. If you're, and then also if you haven't been following, we just recently released session 12 the Crystal Straw campaign I've been running on the Rustic Rollers channel. So all I've been sharing all the links for those on my Twitter page. So if you want to go Rustic Rollers, listen to the Crystal Straw, check it out. It's been really fun. We've been having a blast with it, and check out the other stuff too. They're all great players. So thank you all again for joining me on this session. I'm glad to see you all again. It's been a long time. I look forward to doing some more gaming with you all in the future. You all make sure you have a good weekend. Stay safe. Roll some dice, and again now, let us all make it through the month of May. Now, hard to believe that we've already been through like half the year already. It's nuts. So let's just see how the rest of this year goes. Hopefully, it goes well. So you all have a good weekend and a good night, everyone. Take care.